Hello, welcome to Let's Talk with me, your host, Irene Solo. So, today we're having a heart to heart talk because today is Tuesday. Last week we spoke about positivity and why the reasons why we should be positive in life, the advantages and the disadvantages of being positive and all that. But there's more of advantages of being positive. So today I'm not going to be alone. I'm going to welcome Matimba Power. But before I even welcome him, I'm just going to highlight quickly the things I spoke about last week. I spoke about positivity. I said positive thoughts breed positive outcomes. So always remember that when you're positive, somehow you attract positivity. You have to know that the energy you produce is the energy you attract. You should always know that way. So we spoke about some of the things that we need to consider. Being positive helps you to make different choices in life, and in the process of making those choices, you are guaranteed to have a success, or you're guaranteed to grow spiritually, emotionally, materially, and socially also. So we spoke about making happiness a choice. When you're being positive, you make happiness a choice. You decide, I'm going to be happy today. I am going to live a life of joy no matter what happens. Remember, the joy of the Lord is your strength. Happiness is what we show on the outside. So you don't have to say, I am joyful inside. So even if I'm frowning on the outside, it's okay. No, make happiness a choice so that anywhere you are walking, anywhere you are going, everybody looks at you and say, wow, I like that person. Their energy, their positivity draws me in. Okay. Another thing we spoke about is decide to rid your life of negativity. Just get the negativity out of your life. We spoke about another point of be free from self-doubt. That's a big problem that many of us are having. We doubt ourselves more than even the world doubts us. We doubt ourselves more than even the people outside doubt us. We tend to say, some so and so told me this, but most of the time, for that thing to stick is because you believed it, and it's because you do not believe in yourself as much. Another point we brought about is look for the positive in life. Let me tell you something. I have learned this over the years. No matter how bad a situation, I always look for something good. I always say something good could have come out of this. This can lead to something good. Sometimes it's hard because I remember when I lost my husband. I remember when I lost my mom. I remember losing my dad at a young age. It has not been easy, but in the process of all these, I had to stand up and say, God, what positive thing can I find in these? And what can I learn from these? What is it? What strength can I draw out of this? So it's good, very important. Think about it. No matter the challenges you're going through, no matter the obstacle you find yourself going through, one thing you should remember always: look for the positive in life. Look for the positive in life, no matter how tiny it is. No matter how tiny it is, one thing for sure, there is a positivity inside there. Be free from doubters around you that fill your life with negativity. That's another point we spoke about. No matter what is happening, allow yourself to be the kind of person that you can hear some negative things and you allow them to come out from the other side. My grandmother used to say that you will hear it from one ear and it comes out from the other ear. So please teach yourself to do that. Be free from the doubters around you. And that way, you will be able to build yourself better and better. I'm not going to go so much in detail because today we are going to talk about the worth of a woman. Yeah, we're going to talk about the worth of a woman. So I'm going to welcome the director of Yahweh TV, Matimba Power himself, the apostle himself, to join us so that we can talk further concerning this. Maybe he has something to highlight concerning positivity last week because he was not around, but today we are going to talk about the worth of a woman. Matimba Power, wherever you are welcome, sir. Thank you so much for joining us, and you are highly welcome.
It's an honor always to be with you, man of God. I want to take the moment and appreciate you for granting me access into your world and also to digest on some very powerful nuggets that you have been sharing to all of us. It's always a privilege to be with you, woman of God. And today we're
Thank you so
discussing a very interesting subject. In South Africa, it's Women's Month. So sitting here and discussing the worth of a woman, it's beautiful.
Yes, yes. Let's talk about the worth of a woman. Who is a woman? And let's talk about why. Because I see you are born by a woman. You have sisters. You're married to a woman. Come on, talk to us. What's the worth of a woman?
The worth, the
Mm-hmm,
worth.
mm-hmm. A
It's
woman's worth.
powerful. The worth, a woman's worth.
Yes.
Oh man, how do I deal with this?
I like this. I like
I
this. I
think
like this one. I like this
I
one.
think the place of beginning is from God's perspective. Right in the beginning, the Bible teaches us in Genesis 1, verse 26, and God said, let us make man in our image and after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the water, the bird of the air, and everything that moves upon the earth. Then we know
Mhm,
that further in verse 27, he created the male and female and created he them. And verse 28, he blessed them. So it's
mhm,
crucial to understand that a woman is worthy because of the godness that she possesses. A woman
mhm,
is worth because of the God nature that she possesses. She is
mhm,
not inferior, she
mhm,
is equal. And equality is based on what God says. We all are spirits, and being spirits, we have the right. The Bible talks of God breathed into his nostril the breath of life in Genesis 2, verse 7. So we have the breath of God. So spirits have no gender. Spirits are spirits. We are the direct descendants. In the Hebrew language, we call it the Bene Ha Elohim, the direct
mhm,
descendants of Elohim, of God. And here comes the bodies that God chose to house these spirits. So one body is the male body, the other body is the female body. And the importance of the body was based on the assignment that God attached to it.
mhm,
We have the English word woman. We have come to
mhm,
learn over the years that it comes from the word womb, man, meaning a man with a womb. So
mhm,
a woman is a man with a womb.
mhm,
And the purpose of the womb is to incubate, is to enhance, and in due time is to nature, in due time is to birth. So when we understand our assignments based on the bodies that we are orchestrated by God to live in,
mhm,
then we become healthy, and
mhm,
we can become the best that we are called to be.
mhm.
The womb person, the womb man does her job well. The male man also does his job well. And that way, together on the planet, we're able to fulfill the greater purpose of God. So a woman is
Amen.
worthy. She is crucial. She's valuable. She's important. She has to be honored. She must be respected. She must be supported. She must be loved. She must be encouraged. She must be nurtured. She must be inspired. And she must be given the opportunity to fulfill a purpose in the scheme of affairs from God's perspective.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am.
I like that. I'm gonna read something shortly, something that I wrote on one on my nuggets concerning a woman's worth. So the title was
Yes, ma'am.
Unveiling Her Inner World. So I want you to listen to this keenly, and then we will talk about this after. Okay. So unveiling her inner world. Woman, a work of intricate design and beauty. A woman is a masterpiece of intricate design and beauty, crafted with unique qualities and purpose. Her complexity encompasses physical grace, emotional depth, and inner strength. Like a tapestry woven with diverse threads, she embodies resilience, compassion, and wisdom. I'll continue. Her beauty radiates not only from external features, but also from a heart filled with love and empathy. Each woman carries within her a story of triumphs and challenges. Reflecting the artistry of her creator, she's a living testament to strength and grace, inspiring those around her with her presence and resilience in the face of life's complexities. I'll continue. Have you ever pondered the meaning behind her uttering, I am okay? I know many women likes uttering I am okay. So I want us to talk about this. Concealing a storm within, doubt swirl in her mind. Is the right one? Am I making a mistake? Does he genuinely love me? These queries resonate as she grapples with self-discovery. So I wanted to bring that across because many times we have described how intricate a woman is, how well designed a woman is. A woman, I am a woman, so I know women, when you look at them on the outside, they are appealing on the outside before you even know, before they even open their mouth. Just on the outside, they are greatly woven. They are the tapestry behind their weaving. I look at God and I say, man, you tried. You did a good
Wow.
job. Okay, from
Oh,
that,
yes.
many of us we don't realize that women have a lot on the inside. Somebody once made a comment. He said, a woman is like an ocean that you think you know, but when you go deeper, you find out more and more and more. So, but there is a statement that many women likes to use. And I don't know if people have thought about it, and I don't know if people look at it, but this is a statement that even me personally I use. We always like to say, I'm
Mm,
okay.
mm,
We always like to say, I'm okay. Oh, are you doing that? I'm okay. You are in pain. I'm okay. The children are giving you stress. I'm okay. So, as a
mm.
man, talk to me, sir. As a man, when a woman tells you they are okay, what is it that goes on in your mind? Because many times men have not realized that women tell you they are okay even when they are not okay.
So true, man of God. That's a very powerful thought to ponder on, because some of these things we learn them when we find grace to stay with a woman.
Mhm,
Over time, you get to learn the language, because as you were describing the woman, you said some very powerful things. One, you spoke about her uniqueness.
mhm,
Number two, you spoke about her complexities.
mhm,
Three, you spoke about the strength
mhm,
and the grace and the story of triumph. So,
mhm,
all of those and more describes the beauty that God has really endowed a woman with.
mhm,
But it takes someone who is willing to listen and listen attentively and actually go beyond words and listen from the heart, so that you're
mhm,
able to minister to her and
mhm,
help her to become and to also live longer and also deal with all of those things that are there.
mhm,
Learning the language of a woman takes grace, takes time, takes willingness, takes determination. It takes someone who's willing to be a student of the next person, so that
mhm,
you're able to understand her language and be able to communicate. Because if one responds by saying, okay, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. Okay, fine. And that's it. You may miss a lot in the process, but
mhm,
it's crucial to, more especially even in a setting where you have a husband and a wife, and also in a setup where you have got a brother and a sister. Because I think there it's also a place of beginning for every
mhm,
young man to learn the language of a woman.
mhm,
We're raised by women and men, but in this case, mothers have done a unique job in the process. So it's good to also learn their language and also reflect over the years. Okay, this is what my mother said. She will say this, she will go through this, but she came out triumphantly. So it's a very interesting space to really observe. But I would say, from a male perspective, that it's a joy to observe the complexity of a woman, but
Mm-hmm.
also it is crucial for us to determine to listen beyond words so that
Mm-hmm.
we can be able to listen. Sometimes people say, I'm fine, because some of us as men, we are busy. We don't have time to listen and
Mm-hmm.
listen beyond what is being said, but go to the spaces where you are able to hear what is not being said from what is being said. And
Mm-hmm.
that takes one to be a student of life.
Mm-hmm.
So we celebrate the complexity of a woman, just like you said. God really went, he outshined himself, if that is allowed to be spoken of our God. He really
Mm-hmm.
did an excellent job, and we bless God for what he did in a woman.
Mm-hmm. You know, to be
Yes.
sincere, I've seen a lot of women go through challenges, and I've realized that many
Mm,
people don't understand or don't value the worth of a woman. And that's why, hence, I decided to write I just something short about it, because many times we look at a woman and we just see the physical being and all the things that we can benefit from it. We forget the appreciation part, and many women are not loved correctly. Many people don't know how to love a woman correctly. I'll give you a simple example. I've seen there are women who go through their menstrual what do you call the menstrual cycle. So they go through these on a monthly basis. There are some that will be in serious pain, yet they still get up, take care of their children, take care of their family, go to work, come back. And this is a question I always ask so many people. It's not that I'm trying to be biased, but sometimes you have to try and divide and literally try and understand. If a man had to go through this, will you handle it? Because going through a menstrual pain is abdominal pain. And you find that some people go through it for 7 days. And you go through
mm,
this. After that, you still have
wow.
to take care of everybody. You still have to be smiling. And this each and every month comes with its different moods. And you need to know how to master these
Mm,
moods. Yet,
wow.
if this, you manage to allow yourself to feel you are you are actually, people get offended why you felt, why did you allow the emotions to take over, why did you allow yourself to be compelled by your own emotions, why did you allow yourself, you are questioned. Yet I come back to the
Mm,
point of, a woman will carry a 5 kg, or let's say 3 kg child, or in her
mm,
womb for 9 months, that's almost a year, every day. The question is, they sleep, they carry, they sleep, they go to whatever they're going with this weight. If you as a man, you are given that weight to carry every day in one place, will you be able to carry it? I'm
that's
sorry
a
that
very
today you are the
interesting
man.
one,
I wish
even.
I called many other men to be here discussion.
It is well. It is well. Grace is at work. Allow me to acknowledge from your space, Frida Guga, who said, I hear
Uh-huh.
you were of a woman, from your Facebook
Uh-huh.
space. We
That's Thank you.
appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
But
That's my sister in law.
oh wow, wow.
Mhm.
Maybe before I answer, let me buy time and also acknowledge just very few that are with us from this space. I saw Tabo Mafumu is with us. Thank you
Mhm.
so very much. And also, yeah. But coming to the intense, crucial question that you ask, I could answer it in two ways. Number one, it is truly indeed a very heavy, tough, challenging work to be a woman. more especially when it comes to some of those roles where you go through the cycle, you go through mood swings, things are not the same. To some, there's pain and the hormonal stuff going on there. And also, when it comes to the issue of conception, going through the moment of nurturing the baby until birth, it is truly a very interesting moment. I could
Mhm.
say the grace that the Lord has released is unique indeed. And it is right for every man to be supportive through and through.
Mhm.
Moments like this makes you realize what some of the women go through, more especially when you find that you conceive, the husband is not there, he's not there to help through and nurse you, and just make sure that whatever that you want is it's made available. We
Mhm.
know, as an experienced married man for almost 20 years, we know that when a woman goes through those moments, sometimes she'll say, I want Archer. And
Mhm.
when you bring the Archer, she doesn't want the Archer anymore. She wants chicken feet. You bring the chicken feet, she changes her mind. Then she wants something strange, okra, for an example. We
Mhm.
know those moments. And when you are a gracious, trained man who understands those seasons, you're able to let her have a way, let her enjoy that moment. It's not something that happens throughout the year. It's able to see other phases of life. It's very crucial that every man under the sound of my voice who is going through that season be there, be understanding, be comforting, be a source of inspiration and love unconditionally, understand the different complexities that are being played out even during that moment, and do your best. I will take this moment to advise every young man under the sound of my voice: be a hands on man, be present in the life of your woman, spend time with her. I remember the advice I was given. It was on the 1st of June 2006. I was 2 days to my wedding day. A gentleman met me at a filling station. I still remember his name. And he is a very well known music producer around our place. And he said to me, I heard you getting married. I said, yes, sir. He said, I want to give you one advice. He said, make your wife your best friend. Oh man, I've carried those words till today.
Mhm.
Make your wife your best friend, because where there is fellowship, there's a lot you pick up, there's a lot you learn, there's a lot you become aware of, and there's a lot you can be a blessing to. You learn your partner, you become the student of your partner, you understand the dynamics and the seasons, but be intentional about loving, be intentional about being there, be intentional about giving support through and through. Like we shared in our case, we had 3 miscarriages. So I know the pain of watching her cry over a miscarriage. I couldn't be emotional to that level of crying, but I could see how hard it hit her. First time, second time, third time, until the Lord showed us grace and kids started coming. And even when the kids were born, I had the privilege, by God's grace. I'm not trying to appear like a super husband, but I had the privilege to be hands on. I will assist my wife with the diapers, changing my kids, and sometimes bathing them, sometimes
Mhm.
helping cooking for her during some of those moments. Sometimes carry the baby and say, you can sleep, and I'll cuddle the baby and I'll go outside or rock my baby to sleep while I'm praying. And I'll
Mhm.
use those moments as my praying moments. So I'm sharing from, also by God's grace, from that angle to say, we know a woman is a blessing, and she goes through a lot. We're not focusing on the challenges men face today. We know the pressure of being a man and all of that, but the woman also today, it's her time, to say she deserves to be supported, she deserves to be loved, she deserves to be understood, and also she deserves to travel through life with that loved one by her side, and also to be encouraged. And it's a beautiful thing. I know I've spoken a lot, but allow me to hand it over to you. Bongan.
Thank you so much. I want to appreciate Pastor Dinky Setuki. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to appreciate my beloved sister Jaber, Christine Odhiambo. Actually, she's also my sister-in-law. Okay, I also want to appreciate Genesis Paul. Thank you so much. And then I want to also appreciate Mamiki Moloi. Thank you so much for joining us. We're still talking about the worth of a woman. There are many times I've
We
seen
have
women.
one,
Yes.
Pastor Irene. We also have got Wangani Tony
Mhm.
Wantumi.
Oh,
Wantamu, yes. Wangani
okay.
Tony Wantamu. I'm sorry for the interjection, but you can continue, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You are all welcome. It will be great for you to contribute. If you want to say something, you're free to say something. We will air it out. We will just discuss it together. One thing we need to understand is that as years have gone by, I've realized one thing, that many people don't, we tend to compete unnecessarily instead of being in a place where we say, okay, this is what this person is bringing to the table, and this is what the other person is bringing to the table. And I've come to realize that, especially when it comes to culture, some of us have allowed ourselves to follow so much culture that we forget to engage and be part of each other's lives. So hence I'm trying to bring forth across to each and every one of us that a woman has a lot of worth. If you allow it to be manifested in your life and in your home, you will be so amazed what you will see. I'll come back to the point of being a single mother. I have been a single mother for over 13 years. And I've
Wow.
I'm raising both male and female. And people will tell you a woman cannot raise a boy. Others will tell you a woman cannot really raise a girl. And the question is that really true? And another thing, I'm not encouraging people to be single mothers or single fathers. It will be great if the other person was there. Unfortunately, as I always say, my husband passed on, but
Mm,
it would have been great if he's there, because his
mm,
contribution would have been great towards the you. Everybody contributes differently. This is what I always say. I am the
mm,
first woman my son sees. My behavior will influence the kind of woman he will choose in the future. You, as a father, you are the first kind of man your daughter sees, and you will
mm,
influence the kind of man she will choose in the future. And that's something that many people don't
wow.
look at, because I have seen girls who are coming from abusive homes and they will tell you, my mother beat my father, so it's okay if the man beats me, he loves me anyway.
Mm,
That's something he learned from who? The dad. I've also seen girls who are just live their life anyhow. Say, my mom did it anyway, and she was okay. So
mm,
many people tend to think that, especially when we come to the African setting, we tend to think that a woman does not really have so much influence over the kids. It's the father. Let me tell you something I've come to realize they do. I was raised by a single mother. My father died when I was very young. So my mother
mm,
raised me. Okay, if my mother raised me, not only me and some of our cousins, we were all raised, tell me something. How did I learn the issue, the whole idea of me being able to get married and having my own family? And you have to know that the other siblings around, people got married, they're still in their marriages. So how did we learn this? We need to realize that a woman brings in a lot on the table. As much as you started by saying a man and a woman with the womb, woman, a woman with the womb. If we can work together as one, I believe that in any relationship, if people can work together as one, we will bring forth a great tapestry of design. I don't know why I'm just using that word, but I love it. The great tapestry of design, the design that will
That's
come
good English.
the, the design that will come out will be beautiful if only people can learn. I see people in families, a man will draw back and allow women to do everything concerning kids. Eventually, when those kids grow up and they're having jobs, the first person they think about is who? Mommy. Why mommy? Mommy was the one who was there. And then people tend to think, no,
It's a very
uh, go ahead, sir.
I think it's good you finish the line, then I'll come in. You can complete the sentence.
Yeah, so it's very important that we work together. And I've been seeing this happening and happening, and people will even complain that what is the worth of a woman? A woman is just there to give birth anyway, and that's it. No. Let me tell you something. If that woman is not there, that's why when you bring in a stepmother who is not loving enough, the children get distraught emotionally. They get destroyed. But then, if there is a woman figure in their life who's positive, they get encouraged. Each and every partner has a positive impact in the family if we can just realize that.
That's powerful. That's powerful. I think what I would like to add, maybe allow me to take a moment and appreciate. We have got TC Tibo Touch. Thank you so much, Katisi Tubo Church, for joining Let's Talk by Irene Solo. Woman of God, what I would like to add or to contribute is that it takes us back to the need of we understanding the role of a man and the role of a woman. And what I mean by that, one of my approaches to that is how the Lord will somehow allocate roles. For an example, God will say, husband, you are the head, just as Christ is the head of the church. So that deals with function, and it doesn't apply to or doesn't address the issue of superiority. It doesn't say the man is superior, just talks of function. And so is the case with the woman. And balance is crucial here so that each office plays their role faithfully, accordingly, and orderly. For an example, when the Bible says man is the head, my approach to it, we have this in our book, Seven Things That Makes a Marriage Work, when dealing with the role of a man. In the head, there are parts that are placed there by God. One, for our usefulness, but number two, revelatory speaking, it speaks to the role of a man. Eyes, showing that a man ought to be the visionary of the family. And where the man is present, he should do that role effectively. To the ears, that says a man must learn to listen, hear from the Lord, but also listen to your wife more. Nose, that deals with discernment. A man must be able to discern a thing before it happens. And not only just do that alone, but also train the male child that is in the home. And on top of that, there is the issue of the teeth for chewing. Digest issues before you speak them, digest them before you swallow them, digest them before you assimilate them. Anything that is swallowed undigested can be very harmful to the body. So that speaks of if a man receives things and he doesn't digest them and just act out of whatever that you are receiving without properly digesting them, it will affect the wife, it will affect the woman. That is crucial for the male man to understand from God's perspective. And also, we talk about the tongue, which is for taste. You must have taste, but also talks about articulating. You have the voice. Learn to speak to a woman, learn to communicate with her accordingly. Don't speak to win, but speak to build. Don't speak to win, but speak to build. So when the male man understands that role and does the role effectively, it's crucial. We could also talk about the body. You know, the body has got breast for feeding, the body has got hands for work, the body has the womb for conception, nurturing, and giving birth. The body has the legs for progress. When a woman at home does not want things to move, she has got capacity to hinder that. That shows the power that is given to her by God. But when everybody understands their role and together understands each other and faithfully, intentionally, consistently play each role well for the purpose of growing the family, there can be progress. And we salute cases like what you went through, where mama has to raise all of you guys without the presence of papa. And she has to do the work of a visionary about to happen in the family and stand in the role, pray for the family. She had to do the issue of digesting what she's hearing and make sure it doesn't harm the kids, dealing with pressure and so on and so forth. So truly, it's a very tough condition. It's a very tough condition. But we admire the weight and the wisdom and the intelligence that God went into when engineering the woman, the man with the womb, and that is the woman.
Proverbs 31 verse 10 says, speaks of a wife of a noble character, actually. A wife of a noble character, and says, who can find that wife? She's worth far more than rubies. This verse emphasizes that a woman's worth is far beyond anything that can be measured by earthly standards, affirming her invaluable presence and contributions to the world. I always say a woman is
Wow.
a voice, an echoing voice that you cannot pretend not to hear. Because if a mother is at home, there are many examples that people have shown, even on Facebook, actually on Facebook or YouTube, where when a mother stands up, all the children follow the mother. And when a father stands up, most of the time he finds himself, nobody follows him. It's very interesting. And then you find that put all the kids, it's very interesting. I've seen this over the years. You'll be going somewhere, mommy, where are you going? Can we come? It's That's so interesting. The power that a woman has, the worth of that woman is great. So if you look at it and take it for granted, it can work to your own disadvantage. I just wanted to pinpoint some of these points quickly. Sam, the worth of a woman, the intrinsic value of a woman. A woman's worth is inherent and immeasurable by external factors. Just want to acknowledge Ivan for joining us. Thank you. I want to acknowledge also Dora Tieno for joining us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Okay. Proverbs 31 verse 10 talks about a noble woman. We know that. The second point I want to bring about is strength and resilience. Women are strong. I'll give you an example. I'm here. You don't understand the emotional pains I go through sometimes. And yet I don't have anybody to talk to. I have to still stand up, be a pastor, be a leader, be a business owner, be a mother, be a friend at the same time. It's not an easy thing. So a woman has strength and resilience. Her ability to overcome challenges and support others showcases her strength and resilience. Isaiah 40 verse 31 talks about those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not be weary. You need to know that as much as all these things are happening with God on your side, man, you go places. Without God, that is when you find yourself like you are falling down. The third point, compassion and nurturing. The director just spoke about the womb being a place for nurturing and compassion. But now I want to bring about that for you to know that a woman has compassion and they are also nurturing. That is something that we are given, part of the roles that we are given. Okay, a woman's compassion and nurturing spirit bring warmth and comfort to those around them. Okay. Proverbs 31 verse 26, she opens her mouth with wisdom and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue. Okay. The other point is intelligence and creativity. Her intellect and creativity contribute to society in profound and unique ways. Proverbs 14, verse 1 says, the wise woman builds her house, and the foolish one does what? Destroys it. Okay. The fifth point I want to bring across is love and relationship. The love and relationship she cultivates enriches lives and creates strong communities. First Corinthians chapter 13, verse 13. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. A woman can show you so much love, so much care, that they are willing to lay their life down for you. I know that. I am a woman. So, spiritual dignity. Women can be very spiritual. That's one thing I know. Very prayerful. When they decide to get on their knees and pray out to God and cry out to God for you, man, you're guaranteed to get answer to prayers. Hence, many times the Bible tells you, if you find a good woman, you need to cherish that woman. Who can find that woman? Who can find that noble woman who will stay behind, get on their knees and pray for you? Cry out to God for you. Do you know how many doors will open when a woman gets on their knees, glorifying God for you? Hence, the Bible tells you to find a good wife. He that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtains favor before the Lord. When they get on their knees to pray to God, answer to prayers are guaranteed. You do not want a woman to cry against you. There's a belief we used to have in our village long time ago. I don't know what happened with this belief, but it was so much that people will tell you that don't ever offend a woman. If a woman gets so angry and they get to a point where they remove their clothes for you, you see them naked, they will literally tell you that's an abomination. You will not live, you will die. And it was a belief that everybody believed so much to an extent. I think it was they just derived the point of do not offend that person to that extent that they will cry out and do that against you. As much as they are nurturing, they are
Wow.
loving, they are caring, do not push them to the edge. And the Bible tells us that sometimes if you do that, your prayers can be hindered.
Yes. Today you're on fire. You're not on the hot seat. You're on fire. You are vindicating the office of a woman. And I'm just sitting here like, oh God. But I want to ask to add one or two things.
Yes.
The first one is the one that you shared now when you spoke about the writings of the seasoned apostle Peter when he was talking, addressing men and saying that live with women according to knowledge. It's a
Mhm,
crucial point. According to knowledge reflects on the fact that as a man, you need to be a student of your woman.
mm,
And number two, you need to acquire knowledge in terms of how to live with her peacefully, joyfully, happily,
mhm,
and create a family environment that is loving and not toxic. That area demands that one should acquire knowledge and not just acquire knowledge, but apply the knowledge because transformation is the function of information.
mhm,
It doesn't matter how much we know, if we can't use it, we remain in one place. So it's crucial that as men, we live with women according to knowledge, or our wives according to knowledge, or women according to knowledge. And in this case, because he was addressing a husband and a wife, it's crucial. And he says, so that your prayers are not hindered. But the other thing that we upload about the grace of being a woman is captured in Luke chapter 8, verse 1, 2, and 3. The Bible specifically mentions few women among those Mary Magdalene who supported the Lord Jesus. And these women were resourceful women. They were wealthy women. These were women who knew the power of labor and they gathered wealth. And they also had the kindness to support the Lord. And the
mhm,
scriptures teaches us that Jesus was able to preach both in villages and cities. And these women were behind supporting them. And it's crucial. It's crucial in a sense that for every young lady watching, it's crucial to know that you have capacity to amass wealth. You have
Mhm.
capacity to can do something that can help you have passive income, can help you to be a blessing, a contributor to the family of men. So
Mhm.
I wanted just to bring those 2 points there, even as you continue to outline those very interesting points along the issue of a woman.
Okay,
Over to you,
I
ma'am.
just want to appreciate Evangelist Roger Salwan. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to appreciate Abundance House. So I just want to appreciate you all for joining us. To be sincere, I love to talk about a woman as much as I will talk about a man. Today I want us to know how valuable a woman is and why we should always learn to appreciate a woman, why we should be able to understand that as much as we have, in fact, we cannot live without a woman. You are born because of a woman. You are, it's a woman that nurtured you. Huh? It's a woman that nurtured you. So now, I want to put you on a hot seat quickly. How are you preparing your daughter? Hey, no, how are you preparing your daughter? She's a woman tomorrow. How are you preparing her to be a good young lady? Uh-huh.
Yeah, today I'm on a hot seat. You know, how am I preparing her? There are quite a number of things that are crucial for, and even maybe before I got the woman of God, it's key to indicate that whenever the Lord blesses a family
Mhm,
with a daughter, and in this case, I
mhm,
could say, whenever the Lord blesses a man, a father, with a
mhm,
daughter,
mhm,
He has wired you, He has engineered you, He has given you the grace to raise that daughter, prepare her to live fruitfully, effectively, and productively in the world where there are men.
mhm,
And also, that father has the grace to prepare her in to live with a man and know how to live with a man.
mhm.
Because to live with a man takes also a certain level of understanding and grace. And to every father who has been blessed with a daughter, let's do our best by the grace of God, according to knowledge, to raise them well so that they are able to be women that can live with men. We know there are women that cannot live with men. Some of them, because of the experiences, the bad experiences they experienced, some of them is because the father figure was not there
Yeah.
to prepare her and equip her, and
Mhm,
some of them because of other reasons that we may not touch now. But once a father is blessed with a daughter, there is grace upon us to raise daughters. I think the same thing applies to a mother. Once you
yes.
are blessed with a son, you have
Yes.
the grace to prepare that man to be a very good husband in the future, to be a very
Yeah.
good father. Learn how to talk to a woman, how to treat a woman, how to be patient with a woman, how to love a woman, how to
Yeah.
provide for a woman, and how to bring the best out of a woman. So it's
Amen.
a very interesting one. It's a very interesting one.
Yes.
But
I like
over to
this.
you. You're on fire.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I like this. My time is almost done, but I'm just gonna pinpoint these points quickly and then I know we're gonna close. Failing to value a woman can have profound negative consequences on individuals, on families, on communities, and society as a whole. Here are some of the impacts that I believe can be experienced. First of all, is diminished individual potential. When women are undervalued, their talents, skills, and contributions may be overlooked or suppressed. This not only limits their personal growth, but also deprives society of the benefits they could offer. Okay, this can lead to low self esteem, lack of confidence, and a sense of worthlessness in a woman, affecting their mental and emotional well being. Remember, today we are talking about a woman. When the day we're talking about a man, we will talk about a man, but today it's a woman. The second thing, gender inequality. Discrimination and gender inequality are perpetuated when women are not valued. This can manifest in equal pay and in unequal pay, limited access to education and healthcare, and restricted career opportunities. The marginalization of women and can hinder social and economic development, as half of the population is not allowed to fully participate or contribute. And this over the years has stopped women from expressing themselves and getting the best out of themselves, because people have been scared. People have lived a life where they feel, no, I'm not good enough. That is for those people. That is not for me. So now let us understand that gender inequality can be encouraged if we don't value the women. The third point, weakened families and communities. Women often play central roles in nurturing and sustaining families and communities. When their contributions are undervalued, it can lead to weakened family structure and less cohesive communities. This can result in children and other family members not receiving the support and care they need, which can have long-term social implications. If a mother is not there, simple and clear, there will be a problem. So value these women, it will go a long way. The fourth point I want to bring across is perpetuation of violence and abuse. Societies that do not value women are often more tolerant of violence and abuse against them. This can lead to higher rates of domestic violence, sexual harassment, and other forms of exploitation. The normalization of such behaviors contributes to a culture of fear and oppression, making it difficult for women to seek help or escape abusive situations. The other point is stunted economic growth. When women are excluded from economic activities or are not given equal opportunities, the overall economy suffers. Women's participation in the workforce is crucial for economic growth and sustainability. By not valuing women, society loses out on diverse perspectives, innovation, and leadership that are essential for economic progress. Erosion of moral and ethical standards. That's another point. Not valuing women can lead to a general erosion of moral and ethical standards, as it reflects a lack of respect for the inherent dignity of all human beings. This can contribute to a culture where exploitation, injustice, and inequality are tolerated or even normalized. So I'm gonna stop there. I have a lot of points. Trust me, I have a lot. I'm gonna stop there. I just want you to realize that if we live a life where we do not appreciate a particular gender, we destroy our own community, we destroy our own society, we destroy our own nation as a whole.
Powerful. I think you should be invited in the at the UN meeting just to deliver some of those powerful points there, and just conscientize the nations of the world about the importance and the contribution of a woman. It's been a joy allowing me to be part of this great thought sharing and lives. We appreciate you, woman of God.
Thank you so much. But I really want to appreciate the director of Yahweh TV Matimba Power, the apostle himself. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you all for joining us. I really appreciate your presence. I pray that we will learn to appreciate each other, value one another, because when we do that, we literally help our communities, our society, our nations to be progressive. And in that case, we help to develop each other in a better way and bring out the best out of each and every one of us. I always like to say, and I'm still reminding you, remember, you are the best that God has ever made. In South Africa, as Matimba Power said, we are celebrating the Women's Month. So women, you are valued. Women, you are worth it. Women, you are literally great people, and we appreciate you. You are greatly appreciated. So I just wanted to highlight that and make all the women know that we value what you do, we appreciate what you do. You are important to us, and the world cannot do without you. And thank you so much for being a woman. Thank you so much for being a mother. Single mothers out there, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. May God richly bless you and give you the strength that you need. Remember, you are the best that God has ever made. And in all these things, always remember, you are meant to be authentic, not flawless. Or rather, you're meant to be real and not perfect. I love you all. See you on Thursday. Bye for now.
Shalom, I am Matimba Power. I have a special announcement for you. Yahweh TV is an online Christian platform with the mandate of enriching lives and glorifying Christ through different developing kingdom programs that seeks to inspire both your intimacy and depth with and in Christ Jesus, strategically aiming at empowering you to dominate all spheres of influence for King Jesus. By the grace of God, we are daily streaming live on YouTube and on 6 different Facebook platforms simultaneously, currently reaching about 96 nations of the world in 5 continents of our globe. Did you know you can do your Facebook Live with Yahweh TV online studios from the comfort of your home, anywhere in the world, and receive live production support while changing lives in 96 nations so far? For our silver package, you get 16 appearances for 30 minutes. We do your logo design, your intro and outro video for your program, and give you a live production support during your live stream. While for our gold package, you get 40 times appearances for 55 minutes. We still give you your free logo design, your intro and your outro videos, and also a live production support. Finally, remember that Yahweh TV is in partnership with Matimba Online Store, located on our website matimbapower.com, where as an author and also as a recording gospel artist, you can sell your music, ebooks, audiobooks, and sermons in that space. Matimba Online Store does also the production of ebooks and audiobooks at a reasonable fee. Act now and touch lives for Jesus. Shalom.